that selling hurdle. But they're jumping off again at Fairyhouse is Des.
Arvika Ligeonniere with on the inside Pride of the Arctic. They're being followed by the Dedigout on the outside of Bucker's Bridge, and just the back marker is Texas Jack at the first fence. Texas Jack, a slight mistake, just dived at it, but Arvika Ligeonniere strides on now into a 3-length lead over Pride of the Arctic. Similar break further to Bucker's Bridge, who's followed by the Dedigout and Texas Jack. They're racing around the turn now to swing in to face up to the second and third fences to bring them towards the stands, and Arvika Ligeonniere striding along in the lead over in front of Pride of the Arctic, Bucker's Bridge, the Dedigout and Texas Jack. 5 runners make their way now to fence number 3, which of course will be the final one next time. Arvika Ligeonniere out in front, Pride of the Arctic second, followed by Bucker's Bridge, and on the near side the Dedigout, followed by Texas Jack. Coming on now to number 3 and taking them up in front of the stands, Arvika Ligeonniere over in front of Pride of the Arctic, who's followed by Bucker's Bridge, the Dedigout and Texas Jack, and Arvika Ligeonniere is stretched on now to lead by 12 lengths, heading now to fence number 4 to take them past the stands. Arvika Ligeonniere way out in front of Pride of the Arctic. In third is Bucker's Bridge, and 4 is the Dedigout, followed by Texas Jack, the back marker of the 5. Swinging now to race away from the stands to face up to fences 4, 5 and 6 as they race on now to race up towards the top of the hill. Arvika Ligeonniere clear of Pride of the Arctic, followed by Bucker's Bridge, the Dedigout and Texas Jack. As they go on now to the first of the ditches, Arvika Ligeonniere with a clear advantage here from Pride of the Arctic, Bucker's Bridge, the Dedigout and Texas Jack. Racing on now away from the stands and uphill towards Ballyhack, and Arvika Ligeonniere pings that with a wide margin lead of 20 lengths now from Pride of the Arctic on the outside of Bucker's Bridge, the Dedigout, followed by Texas Jack. They're continuing on now right up towards the top of the track. Arvika Ligeonniere out well clear now, and over that one safely from Pride of the Arctic on the outside of Bucker's Bridge, the Dedigout's followed by Texas Jack. They race now to the fence right up at Ballyhack, and Arvika Ligeonniere is clear of Pride of the Arctic, Bucker's Bridge, the Dedigout, who's followed by Texas Jack as they race right up at the top of the hill now, and over this one Arvika Ligeonniere a long way clear. Pride of the Arctic second, Bucker's Bridge, the Dedigout and Texas Jack. They race downhill now towards the next fence, just over a mile from the finish, and it is Arvika Ligeonniere way out clear. Pride of the Arctic, Bucker's Bridge, the Dedigout's 4, and they're followed by Texas Jack, the back marker of the 5. They continue right down the far side. It is Arvika Ligeonniere at a clear advantage over that. Long way in front. Pride of the Arctic and Bucker's Bridge, second and third, and then a further break of 5, 6 lengths to the Dedigout, followed by Texas Jack. They pass the 7 furlong point and race across now to the next on the far side, and just over 3/4 of a mile from the finish. Arvika
Have jumped off at Leicester for the selling hurdle. We'll join that race shortly. Back to Fairyhouse.
And then a clear break to the Dedigout, who's back towards the rear with Texas Jack. They're racing on now to the 5 furlong point and beginning the run now towards the 4th fence from the finish. And Arvika Ligeonniere is the leader. Slightly reduced margin now. Pride of the Arctic back second on the inside of Bucker's Bridge, and then there's another break to the Dedigout and Texas Jack. Rising to this one now, Arvika Ligeonniere over Pride of the Arctic, a mistake in second. Bucker's Bridge, the Dedigout and Texas Jack. They're racing on now towards the 3rd last fence as they approach the straight. Arvika Ligeonniere continuing clear. Pride of the Arctic, the Dedigout making ground on the outside now to go a remote second at this point. Texas Jack has improved to go into 3rd place. Bucker's Bridge has dropped back, but they're homeward bound and running the home turn now with 2 left to jump. In the bar 1 racing Drinmore Novice Chase, and Arvika Ligeonniere and Ruby Walsh out clear. The Dedigout trying to cut down the deficit now, chasing for Davy Russell in second. Texas Jack is third. They're coming down to the second last now. Arvika Ligeonniere over and clear of the Dedigout, who in turn is cleared of Texas Jack. 1 fence left to jump, and Arvika Ligeonniere is out in front of the Dedigout, clear of Texas Jack, making the run now to the final fence in the bar 1. Drinmore Novice, and it is Arvika Ligeonniere and Ruby Walsh who've made all. The Dedigout can make no impression on the leader at this point, clear of Texas Jack. Final fence now for Arvika Ligeonniere, who's over having made all the running, and second place is the Dedigout, but it's an all-the-way win for Arvika Ligeonniere, and Ruby Walsh will win it by 10 lengths from second home, the Dedigout, clear of Texas Jack, Pride of the Arctic, and Bucker's Bridge.